What is going on YouTube? What is going on Booster Mob? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are going to talk about why you guys, everyone out there, all of you should get a M3, a 12-year-old M3 now. Like, this car is about to be 12 years old in 2020. Alright guys, so the first thing has got to be the design of this car. This car's design is just absolutely timeless. So this car was made back in 2008, and I will say this design has held up so well. It's beautiful, it is complete, it looks so good still. I mean, like, it is super bright out right now. And it's the paint's popping. We're popping on the paint. But everything about this car from a design standpoint is not, it's aging, but it's not aging poorly. It's aging really well. I think it looks really good and is holding up extremely well. You got it's like the little things about this car, like the hood bulge, the snarls, the interior simplicity. Right now I don't have anything in my interior still, but overall, beautiful interior. The more and more time you spend with it too, I'm telling you, it's just going to continue to grow and grow on you. I mean, look how aggressive the back of the car looks. It looks amazing. Every single angle on this car, it just doesn't feel like there's a bad angle. In the way, if you get the one with a carbon fiber roof, which if you're going to get one, get the carbon fiber roof, guys. Don't skip out and not get the carbon fiber roof. It's the way to go. Just everything from an exterior standpoint on the E9X M3 is just aging so freaking well. Like, it's seriously, you can continue to walk around the car, the way the car sits, the bulge, the rear fenders popping out, the arches, everything. Like, even the angles of the car all the way across. It looks great, and it's not some cars, like, you see them, they look cool when they come out, and then the style completely goes out, and then the car does not age very well. I feel like it's the complete opposite with that, and that's the first reason. You gotta love the way the car looks, and this thing looks amazing. And the thing is, you can make it more unique to yourself with more mods. There's a ton of modability on this car now. There's a lot of stuff available, different wheels, mirror caps, skirts, trunks, hoods, you know, everything, wings. There's just so much you can do to the car to continue to make that exterior be timeless. Next piece in the heart and soul of this, and the number one reason you guys should go get this, is because of the engine in this car. It's a 4-liter V8 and it revs all the way up to 8,200 RPMs, guys. The motor in this car is beautiful. It's the reason I've continued to come back. The motor in this car, it looks good, it sounds good. Like, it does look good. It looks clean in here. Like, this is a clean engine bay. It looks aggressive and it sounds amazing. It revs high. It's just so much fun to drive this car because of the car as a whole, but it's the heart and soul of it. It's the motor that makes this car that amazing to drive, and makes this a huge reason, guys, to look into this car. Like, this car, if you have not owned one, or if you have, you know, always say, it's not very fast, just go out, find one, drive one. It can be stock, it can be modded, and I promise you, you will fall in love with this motor. I'm not gonna lie to you, this motor makes like no torque whatsoever. It is not a fast car anymore. Like, 12 years later, it's quick, and it can be fast in certain areas, like around a track. It's quick, and you can make them fast. You really can. But out of the box, it's just not a fast car anymore. Like, it's 414 horsepower, and there's cars with over 700 now. It's just the way it is. But it's amazing. Like, it truly is amazing. And when I swapped to a ZR1, it was really fast. But it just wasn't as fun to drive because it didn't have this piece, and that's what I missed so much, was the heart and soul of the car, the motor. Like, the S65 is a work of art. There will never be another one as well. So you have that, like, exclusivity that you've got the only V8 M3 ever. Like, there will never be another one. There just won't. Not with the emissions and everything like that. BMW will never do it again. Actually, one of the other biggest reasons that someone might consider one of these now that it's 2020 than before, these cars were like $70,000 to $80,000 when they were brand new. They're under $20,000 now. Under $20,000 for this much performance. Like, that is crazy. Like, for all the things we've talked about so far, under 20 grand for a car that used to be like 70 to 80 is insane. You can get like a higher mileage one like mine. Mine was 90 something, 92,000 miles when I got it. I paid $19,000 out the door, taxes, title, everything. If you want to get one that's got a little less miles, a very clean example, because mine wasn't the cleanest example. I'll be the first to tell you. You don't believe me, go watch the build series so far. I'll put a link to it. Little self plug there. If you want a really clean example, you can get one for like under $30,000. And that is a ton of car for the money. For the money, it is such a great car. It made it onto my list for the best sports cars under 20K. And honestly, it could still be on the list for the best sports cars under $30,000. You're getting an amazing car for the money. And for 15 now, even like 15K, you can find a high mileage one. $15,000 to $30,000, it's hard to find a better car. We cannot talk about the motor without at least giving you guys a little sound clip. So my car, it does have aftermarket exhaust, but this is just an idea of what this car sounds like. I'm in a public place, so I'm probably not gonna go too crazy with the revs, but I'll give you guys a startup and a couple blips so you guys can hear what the car actually sounds like. If you wanna hear a full clip, there is a video I will put up here to when I installed the exhaust on the car so you guys can hear what it actually sounds like. Sound is one of the main reasons that I get a car. Like, I want the car to sound good, and I feel like that goes for a lot of people out there because the way the car sounds, that's what you're gonna hear the entire time you're in the car. So it's a huge part of the driving experience, and if you don't like the way it sounds, the car's not gonna last. Like, I can promise you, the car's not gonna last. So when you think about the E9X M3, the S65, you just heard it. It sounds fucking amazing. Like, it sounds so good. So the overall sound of this car is the next reason you guys should absolutely get an E9X M3, the S65 in 2020. So far we've got the looks of the car. It is aging extremely well. It's a timeless design. You've got the motor and you've got the sound. So those are our first three. And so far, like that alone is enough for me to get this car. So the next reason you guys should get an M3 in 2020 is because, and this is a little different, I'm gonna be honest, it's a little different. It's because all the problems are known and they've been out. The car's been out for 12 years. So every single thing that can go wrong with it has happened. Everyone knows you gotta look for the following things: rod bearings, throttle actuators, valve cover gaskets. Like, this area, if there's a ton of oil and shit built up right here, you've probably got a leak and you need to go negotiate it, or you need to get fixed. And like, everything's pretty much well known, and a lot of the parts have started to go down in price, and everyone knows how to do the labor. It's just all been done. So that's an advantage for you because you're not going to be discovering new things with the car. If you get something wrong with it, there's a fix. It's well known. That's a huge deal, because let's say you have a car that's been out for I don't know, 2 months, right? Let's say you get the new BMW M3/M4 when that comes out. There are going to be problems with the car, and people are going to be trying to find fixes for them, or they are coming up with the fix and they're the only person that has it, so they can charge a premium because supply and demand. They can charge that premium for the fix, and that's just going to cost you more money. And if something goes wrong, someone might just not know what it is. Like, people just might not know. Where with this, it's established. Like I said, you know what's going to happen. So it might seem like a weird reason, but it's a huge plus in my opinion, because you're not discovering the things that are going to go wrong with the car. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the mod ability of this car, and it's a huge reason why you guys should consider one of these in 2020. And not only is there a lot of mods you can do, but they've also gone down in value. So like the cost of the mods have continued to decrease over time, so you can get some really cool mods for this car for pretty cheap, and you can find a lot of used stuff on the forums. So with the S65, you're gonna have everything that you can do like on similar to other cars: wheels, tires, you know, like all that kind of stuff. But superchargers are great for these cars, and it is extremely fun. You have a lot of customization that you can do to this car. The S65 is seriously one of the most fun modded cars, and the reason I say that is because you don't have to have a ton of power for it to be really fun, and that goes back to this beautiful motor right here with a really high red line. So you can have it like mine right now. Mine makes, you know, maybe 390 to 400 wheel. It's running full bolt-on on E85, so intake, pulley, exhaust, it's catless, and an E85 tune, and it is extremely fun to drive. It's so much fun, and it's because you can rev all the way up, and it just feels like you're going so much faster. Like, there are really fast cars that you drive fast, and it doesn't really feel like you're going all that fast. This car, you can be doing like full out and it feels like you're going super fast, and you don't actually end up going to prison. Then if you want, you can take it to the next level. You can supercharge it. There are twin turbo kits available. You can build the motor. You can do stroker builds. They're all extremely fun because the car itself is so much fun. So any of the mods you do, they're just gonna increase the level of fun, and each of them are gonna be unique in their own way. So like when I'm bolt-on versus my old supercharged M3, they're both really fun and really fun in their own aspect. So really, there are everything you can do, from twin turbo kits to NA to the stroker builds to superchargers, which are probably the most common if you're going to boost this car, is to supercharge it. And there are great companies out there that can support you. Like, you know, the companies like Gintani, they know how to make the supercharger kits, they know how to do the twin turbo kits, and you can get exactly what you're looking for if you just talk to them. So that's another plus, and another reason you guys should really consider one of these cars. Mods are established, they're getting cheaper, and the car is going to be fun no matter the form you have it in. Supercharged, twin turboed, NA, stroker, NA, any of those builds are all going to be extremely fun and just further build this car's case as to why you should look at it. Now, something that makes a really big impact on this car and why you guys should get one of these in 2020, right? We're still talking about a 12-year-old car, is, like I said earlier, it's not the fastest out there, but the car is so well balanced. Like, it is such a well balanced car. It just feels great. Like, think about this. What is this the opposite of? This is like the opposite of like a Hellcat. A Hellcat is really, really fast in a straight line. It's big, it's heavy, and it makes a ton of power, and it just goes fast, right? And then if you think about something like a Miata, which can be really fast around turns, but it's just doesn't have the power. It's slow, and I don't know, Miata people are gonna come after me for this, but whatever. And Hellcat people probably are too. But this car is like the in-between of that. Like, you've got good power. We just talked about how you can mod it to make it faster in a straight line if you want. It's amazing out of the box. Like, it is an amazing, really, really well-balanced car, and there are ways you can continue to make it better, like coilovers, doing little things here and there to make it unique to yourself. If you want a car that can do everything, that is what I mean by balance. Like, this car can do everything. It can go on the track, it can go in a straight line, it can be your date night car, it can be your daily driver, it can be your luxury cruiser. This car can do every single thing, and when you're driving it, you can feel that balance. Like, that is what BMW is talking about, and that's what like the M cars are and should be. The S65 E9X M3 perfectly embodies that. One of the best well-balanced cars I have ever driven. Talk to any owner about it and they will probably agree, and if they don't agree, they're lying, and you should hit them in the face, for real. So everything we've talked about, from the timeless design to the balance of the car to the motor itself being the only V8 M3 ever, there will never be another, don't try to tell me there will be, to the understanding what could go wrong with this car. It's been out for so long that everything's already established, to the sound, to the transmission, as well as the mods you can do to the car, right? There's so much modability and so much you can do to make this car unique and make it truly yours. The M3 is such a easy buy in 2020. Like, it's an amazing car. You will not regret it. I will be the first. The technology itself, it is behind, right? So like, let's look. I mean, if you come in the car, look, I don't have anything in here, right? It's old. None of that matters though, because once you drive this car and once you experience how well balanced it is in this right here, the engine, that doesn't matter. Like, the stuff inside does not matter, and honestly, it's fine. You're going to be focused more on having fun with the car and than doing that. And if you do want to update it, there is a way to do it through the Apple Maps option. Overall, the S65, if you can't figure it out, I'm a huge fan, obviously. Very big fan. They're freaking amazing. If you're watching this, I'm guessing it's because you're like, maybe I should get one. You should. Don't sleep on it. Get one. You're not going to be the fastest car on the road. I'll just tell you that. I mean, you could be if you supercharged it with Gintani and you did what I'm about to do with it. You could be pretty quick. You're not going to be the fastest, but you'll be pretty quick, especially for an M3. But that doesn't take away the fact that you're going to have an amazing, well-balanced car that I promise you're going to learn to love, appreciate, and you're going to get the most out of your ownership with it. If you guys are looking at getting an M3 and you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to help in any way possible through the videos that I already have posted or just answering questions directly. Really happy to help, have a lot of experience with these cars, and plan on keeping this one for a while. If you guys do want to follow the M3 build, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoyed today's video, which hopefully you did, and hopefully it helps you guys find an M3 for yourself, because I've said it so many times now, I love this car, and I feel like if I say it enough, you guys are going to start to be like, maybe I love the M3, and you do. Let's continue to build that M3 community. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy today's video, like, comment, subscribe, share. You know the drill, and that's how you join the Boosted Mob, so just do it, you know? Just do it. Do it. All right, I'm done. I'm gonna end the video now. Thanks for watching.